Hey everybody. So I am just making this video to get through Unit 4, Lesson 2, Coding Activity Question 3. This was the pretty evolved example where we were trying to print the maximum location of this sea line, I think it was, or just a seal. My name's Lily. We were just tracking the seal's longitude and latitude. So we started this program in class and we got pretty far, but didn't finish. So let's wrap that up now. I put some notes in here, a couple things that we still need to do for where we left off. So one thing is print the maximum minimum values for our latitude and longitude. And we're doing that two different ways. So we want to find how far north or south, and then how far east or west did the seal travel. So there's actually four things we're going to print. And then we need to create an else statement here because if they inputted something incorrectly, we've got that message. But what happens if they do incorrect? Valid stuff for the latitude and longitude after that stuff is input here. And so, hey, to print the results down here for the maximum, minimum, latitude, and longitude, we needed to declare those variables outside of the while loop. So that's probably a good place to start. So again, we're going to declare four things altogether. So let's set up double max latitude first. So the maximum latitude allowed is going to be 90 degrees. Now we'll do, which is going to represent how far north the seal traveled. So if we went all the way to the North Pole, we've got 90 degrees there. Now the next one would be the minimum latitude. And we're just temporarily setting this up at its minimum value. So if it's something greater than negative 90, then we want to replace this value. And that's what we'll do down here with this else statement. We'll do the same thing for the maximum minimum longitude. Longitude, though, ranges from negative 180 to positive 180. Okay, and then let's set up min longitude as negative 180. Okay, doing good. So again, if they type anything outside of these ranges, we're going to print that statement, incorrect latitude or longitude. Else, we are going to store a new maximum or minimum value for lat and lon. Lat and lon are our variables that are constantly getting updated. So long as the flag variable down here is equal to 1, we'll re-enter this loop and enter new lat and lon values. So we needed to actually take this else statement below this curly bracket. So else, and we're actually going to have a series of stuff. So I'm going to put else with a curly bracket and then if. So what we're wanting to do is if I enter like a latitude and it is negative 70, I want to replace this minimum latitude with negative 70. So if the value for our latitude is greater than our maximum latitude, we want to replace that value. We want to replace max latitude with something that was greater than that maximum latitude. So max lat needs to be assigned to what we typed in up here. Hopefully that's all good and clear. And then we need another if statement. If latitude is less than our minimum latitude, I need to fix this, just saw that. Go, it'll get replaced. We'll have a new minimum latitude value. So now that we're done with latitude, we can move on to those longitude values, which are going to work like essentially the exact same way. So if the longitude value that we've got is greater than the maximum longitude value, let's replace that maximum longitude. If it's not greater than that maximum longitude value, then obviously nothing's going to happen. All right, and if it's less than the minimum long, there we go. All right, that all looks pretty good. So we've got our new else statement. I know that's something that we need to take care of. We declared the maximum minimum of latitudes and longitudes up here. It's the other thing that we need to take care of. The last thing that we need to do is print these maximum and minimum values. Print the max lat and min lat values for how far north, south, east, west we go. So let's look at this. Eventually, we're going to print the statement and not type 1. And we want to print the farthest north, the farthest south, east, and west the sail traveled. So to do that, let's make some print statements. Okay, so hey, this is the end of our while loop. We're finally not repeating the while loop. I can show you. It like lines up right here with the loop. So once we exit the loop, we want to finally print these values. We want to keep updating. When we're done updating, then we want to print. So sum.out.print ln. These are all going on your lines. So we've got the farthest north with a space. I need to concatenate, so I'll put a little plus sign outside of the quotation marks, and we will do the maximum latitude. Let's just copy paste this a couple times just to match all this stuff here. So then we'll go farthest south. That'll be represented by our minimum latitude value, farthest east, maximum longitude, and our farthest west, which is the minimum longitude. I do believe we have got everything we need here. Again, we just need to add this. We'll reprint the maximum minimum values, all 4 of those. In order to print them, we had to declare those outside of the while loop and make sure that they were able to get replaced. What else did we do? Set up our flag variable. So as long as that flag variable is equal to 1, we enter the loop. And we set it equal to 1 to begin with. That way we do enter this while loop. We are asking them for a longitude and a latitude. If they type something outside of these ranges, we want to print incorrect. And then we want to check and see if we can replace these things. So I'm thinking everything looks pretty well, pretty good. Well, there's an issue. So we want to be able to replace this maximum latitude, like whatever value gets stored here, we're going to want to replace it here and here. So I've actually got these a little bit backwards. We want the maximum latitude to get replaced with our first value. How I have it set up right now is the maximum latitude is always going to be 90 degrees. So it's always at the North Pole. So we actually need to change that. This needs to be negative 90. This needs to be positive 90. We want the maximum latitude to get replaced with whatever they type in, so long as it's in that acceptable range. So this should be negative 180, and this should be positive 180. Just looking through. I don't really see any other mistakes, so let's try to run the code and see what we get here. I know we already checked the other day if So longitude, we could type in anything between negative 180 and positive 180. Latitude is like 90s, so it could be like negative 32.75. Would you like to enter another location? If I type 1, we should enter the loop again. So that is perfect. We can enter a new longitude. Remember, this one could be more than 90, so I can go like 101.44 or something. Latitude has to be between 90, so would you like to enter another location? And we're asking them 1 for yes, 0 for no. So if I type in 0, this should exit the while loop, and we should print these statements. Okay, so we can look up here and just check. We got a latitude of negative 32. That would represent the farthest south, and that's exactly what we've got. Latitude of 23, that's the farthest north that we're going to go. East and west. Minimum longitude was 65.4. For west, perfect. Farthest east, 101.4. Perfect. All right, I think that's going to work for everybody. If you have any questions or you still need some help, send me a Schoology message. Otherwise, thanks for watching. See y'all in class. Bye-bye.